Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. This is the 14First Alert Weather Show at 9 o'clock here on the first day of fall. The autumnal equinox happened today at 1:19, and it's going to feel like fall this week, a wet fall. We have a lot of rain on our way in the coming couple of days here. That's an interesting picture. I think our camera is pointed down there at the mast. Down on the riverfront. Anyway, cloudy cool with occasional showers and thunderstorms tonight, but we do have another round of soaking rainfall on the way. That's going to arrive probably tomorrow afternoon into the evening and will continue into Wednesday morning as well. But fear not, even though we are busting the drought, we are going to work a sunny, dry weekend in with temperatures in the middle 80s. Still a few hit or miss showers out there right now. It's been just kind of unsettled today, as you know. We did get a little sunshine, and that kind of helped a few showers percolate up here this evening. We just had one go right over the station, little rumble of thunder, but nothing severe here, and that's the overriding or overrunning theme, as we're not expecting severe weather in any of these runs of rain. Boy, we got a lot of rain too. This is the radar estimate from what we've had across the region. Pushing 2 inches in spots and well over an inch at most other locations, which is exactly what we needed. We need about 3 inches to really put the drought to rest for now. The hour by hour will take us into the overnight with cloudy skies. Cloudy through the day on Tuesday, and then rain returning during the evening. This is around 6 tomorrow night. That first wave comes through with a warm front, and then we get additional rain into Wednesday morning, and that's when we could again hear some thunder and see some heavy rainfall. Wednesday will mark kind of the turning point here. That's an 80% chance of rain. Then we start to taper down on Thursday as we transition into a dry period once more. On the European model, we have a good spreading here of about 2 inches of rain, mainly north of the tri-state, but the remainder will easily see another inch to inch and a half of rainfall. We're not too concerned, as I said, about severe weather. The risk overnight here is just for general thunder. Tomorrow we have a level 1 risk or marginal just for our southern 3 counties there, Hopkins, Muhlenberg, and Ohio. On Wednesday, things could get a little more active during the overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. And we have a level 1 risk across the area. What that means is a few of the thunderstorms could produce gusty or damaging winds, but that's it. It'll be a spotty kind of situation, not some big organized squall line that mows everything down. This is going to be more cherry picking kind of thing. Mid-70s all the way through Friday. Over the weekend, we get back into the middle 80s. Notice we have no rain chances through the weekend either. The rain and cloud cover kept temperatures down today, generally in the 70-degree range for the majority of the day across the Midwest, and that's where we are right now. Because the air is saturated now with moisture, it's not going to cool a lot overnight. It'll be kind of muggy and feel like it's going to rain, which it will again then tomorrow afternoon. Current temperatures range right around 70 degrees, a couple degrees each way. We've got 60s, upper 60s, Fairfield, Mount Carmel, lower 70s, Madisonville, and Greenville down there. And most of the area will get a sufficient drenching here to eliminate the burn bands and put the drought on its heels. Today we hit 76, and we only got down to 66 this morning, much milder because of the rainfall. We broke our string there of 9 consecutive days at 90 plus, the hottest of which was 96 last Sunday. Today we only hit 76, and tomorrow that's about, actually we'll get a little warmer than that. We should climb into the low to mid 80s. We picked up 1 inch and 54 hundredths of rainfall. Now that was as of 5 o'clock this afternoon. I know we added a little more, so this number will be revised up once we get the midnight reading. So Arden will have that for you on 14 News Sunrise. For Tuesday, low to mid 80s. Rain chances ramp up there in the afternoon and evening. And it's all because our first system has moved out, but we have another one that'll kind of rotate around that low as well. And you can see some showers and storms up here along I-80 in Des Moines and up into Wisconsin right now. That all kind of swipes through during the day tomorrow. Our hurricane situation has started to perk up a little bit. Of course, we have Gabrielle, now Category 4, moving well to the east of Bermuda. And we have another area down here that will likely become Umberto by the end of the week. The strength there on Gabrielle is expected to weaken back down to Category 2 as it heads eastward in the Atlantic Ocean. For us, as I said, the next weather maker shapes up there tomorrow afternoon and then pushes in tomorrow night and early Wednesday as low pressure comes through. We won't really see a huge drop in temperatures behind this front. It will cool out and clear out by Thursday, Friday, but then on its heels, we shift the wind around to the south and warm things up. And you'll note here, as we go toward Friday and the weekend, not a hint of rain coming our way. It's going to be much drier there with a northerly wind, so low humidities too, even though the temperature should crop up into the low to mid 80s. 65 tonight with clouds and some rain. 82 tomorrow, late rain now moving in the afternoon and evening. And then that 80% chance for Wednesday, a rainy day. Thursday, half and half with clearing in the evening, and then sunny and dry into the weekend. Temperature still staying warm as we head into the 2nd of October there, next 10 days, and we get back into a drier than normal pattern too. Our pet pick tonight, we got some new ones here. This is Emma. This is Janet Snyder's kitty, so we'll let Emma look at everybody there and strike a pose. And while Emma's doing that, I'll do this and see what's on your minds tonight. And there we are. So let's see here. We got a few comments coming in. Lots of rain in Dawson Springs, says Laura Gray. I'll bet. I mean, everybody had decent rainfall today. It was a perfect rainy day. Good one to curl up with a book if you had that option. Shelley Allman is on. Leslie Reynolds, good evening. Jeff Miller had 1.6 out in Saval. That's a decent rain. That's a soaker. William Raleigh, whopping 2.64 in his gauge right now in cloud to ground lightning. Of course, William lives not too far from the station here near Bossy Field. And I had over 2 inches in my gauge. I live over on the west side, not too far from the station as well. Lenny Howard says it's nice weather. It is. I mean, you can just kind of, zone out if you don't have to be anywhere and enjoy that rain. All right, well, two things here for Science Corner. One is, will we see 90 degrees again? Not that we're anxious, we just had 9 in a row. I think, and this is me, I think we're probably done. The mean or average date for that last 90, going all the way back to 1900, is around September 16th. And of course, here we are on the 22nd. So we should be out of the woods, certainly for the rest of this week. The last couple of times here, 2024, 2022, we had the late 90s. They happened on the 21st. So we are even beyond that date. Now, of course, past performance doesn't indicate future results. So stay tuned. As I mentioned, today is the first day of fall, the autumnal equinox, which means 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night at the equator. Here in the upper latitudes, 40 degrees or so, or 38 degrees here through the tri-state north latitude. Our 12 and 12 will line up sometime next week on the 26th, 4 days from now. And for us, that will be like, I think, 6:41 sunrise, 6:41 sunset. Is when it'll happen. It has to do with the tilt of the Earth, why it's a little offset from the equator. And that tilt, by the way, is why we have 4 seasons. The Earth is tilted on its axis, North Pole to South Pole, at about 23.5 degrees. So the sun, you got to picture it now, as we go, we're constantly tilted. So at times in our orbit around the sun, we are leaned way back and the sun's low in the winter. And there are other times as we come around, we're apparently tilted toward, right? And the sun is very high in the sky. And first day of summer, longest day, because the sun has to traverse a longer path from one horizon to the other. And so that's the mechanics behind our seasons. The sun will be directly over the Tropic of Capricorn. That's down here on December the 21st. And that'll mark the shortest day, the first day of winter. A better way to visualize the movement of the sun over a year is to look at sort of a composite or time lapse, not really a time lapse, but this would be a composite exposure of the sun at noon looking south through the course of the year. And up here you have your solstice. This would be the summer solstice, highest sun angle, shortest shadows, right? And then here in the middle, which is where we are now, are the two equinoxes, the autumnal, which is the first day of fall, and the vernal, which is the first day of spring, happens in March. And we have a long way to go. We have to go all the way around the horn down here and then claw our way back up. And during that time, we will start losing, we are losing daylight already, but we will accelerate the rate at which we lose daylight. I think we lose about 71 minutes in October, and then, which is the most for a month, and then in November we will lose about 50 minutes of daylight. December, less than that, it's about 20 to 30 minutes. And then we kind of level out there until we start tacking on minutes in February. So January, the darkest month there, and late December too. All right, let's see who else we have here this evening. David Babb loves the rain. Chris Smith, great rain, new grass seed planted. Yeah, I wish I had grass seed in already, but I don't. Hopefully I'll get that done here very soon. So that's our weather situation for this evening. I'll have a full look at the radar and everything else on 14 News at 10. In the meantime, stay dry, stay safe, and thanks for watching.